some people would say, well, that's implausible. It's implausible that, within a span of 5 years, you'd have this trans insanity movement. And it's implausible that lawmakers would be trying to fast-track legislation to mutilate children who want sex change, gender reassignment surgery at age 15 or 14. This is insanity. It's far worse than the movie you cited, Idiocracy. It's really worse at this point.
Right. I agree.
All right. I want to play this clip. It was sent to me from my friend CJ. Dirty Dollar by Tom McDonald. I think it'll help bridge in nicely to the clip I want to play from Jerome Powell and our conversation about the future of the dollar.
1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. Bought and sold since we were born. They want money. We want dirty dollars. Fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profits, solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money. They might kill me for the song, it's all classified intelligence. Don't need to go to war to secretly be getting benefits. When Russia launches rockets, we condemn them, but there's evidence a U.S. politician owns the screws they're assembled with. Ain't no war on drugs, it's economic. You make money off an inmate, every jail cell is profit. Our prisons are privately owned, illegal marijuana just mean kids smoking weed turn to dollars in their pockets, let's be honest. Domestic threats in comparison to nuclear powers who hate the West is embarrassing. Still we label truckers in the convoy as terrorists and confiscate donations, we have no idea where it is.
I gotta tell you, that gives me goosebumps because he makes a...
Okay, I'm gonna just do a little video here. So we got the little clip before this, okay? So the little clip with the dude singing up on Alex Jones, right? Alright, which is kind of appropriate for what I'm gonna be talking about here in a second. In regards to some dude up in the East Hastings, Vancouver area of British Columbia, Canada, who became a YouTuber. I don't know if this is his first channel, second channel, who knows, right? Anyway, he created his channel in January of 2023, and he's already got 1.6K, and it looks like his numbers are like jumping up here real fast, okay? Because YouTube is pushing him through the algorithm. Now, the thing is, like, you know how they say sex sells, right? Sex sells, violence sells, anything ugly and gross and disgusting and, murder and all that shit sells. Deprecation, right? Decrepit behavior and just the whole 9 yards. Okay, so I'm on the fence with this dude, seriously, man, because, he's on a turf that's like, I don't think he's being completely honest. I think he's trying to capitalize off of the misery of people. Whether he's doing it on purpose because he's one of those handlers in the community that want to keep pushing out the same okie dokie in terms of the government. Oh, well, we got all this problem with all these addicts. And, and when they up in OD, they did it to themselves. They were so depressed that they killed themselves with an overdose of fentanyl, as if they knew fentanyl was going to be in there in an overdose manner. But they know that, though. You see, that's the thing, because everything's laced with fentanyl now, so therefore they did it to themselves, even if they weren't depressed and they weren't suicidal. It was just an accident. Move on to the next dead body. And where do you think these bodies are going, people? Well, we know exactly where they're fucking going, and this guy is like, he's smoothing it over. He's smoothing it over. Right? He's feeding into the same okie dokie here because he just running through East Hastings, recording the same old shit over and over and over again as YouTube is pushing him through the algorithm, busting up his subscriber count because everybody wants to compare themselves to these homeless people, so somehow they can sit back and feel good about their own fucking lives, as if somehow they're better and more deserving and more worthy than these people on the streets. Okay, now I could be wrong. This guy could be just coming into the game and he's walking lightly. Right? I could be. And he doesn't know what to do. Maybe he's afraid to talk to these people. Well, you can't be that fucking afraid if you're walking around them every week. I mean, after a while, they're going to start recognizing you. You would think that they want to say something to you. He doesn't talk to them. He doesn't interview them. He doesn't get their point of view. Nothing. But I'm watching. I just came across this because YouTube put it up through a suggested video, right? So anyway, I've already made one comment on a previous video talking about, he needs to, interview these people. Just don't go walking around recording and, getting higher viewer count and, YouTube slapping on their fucking ads and, making money. And, this guy's probably monetized his channel and he's not really saying much. He's hopscotching and skipping around the deeper issues, and he's kind of like being passive aggressive in terms of blaming the victims versus fucking looking at the larger picture and and tackling the actual criminals in the community that perpetrate this shit on a fucking continental level. You got 100,000 people dying every year now in the United States of America related directly to fucking fentanyl. As more and more and more and more and more people are being evicted from their houses. Okay? Because, I think it's, what is it? Almost, we're pushing getting to a half. A half of all property owners in terms of, property owners in the United States of America. We're not a half yet, but we're getting up to that number where these properties are being owned by fucking overseas corporations and big corporations and that type of thing. So when they come in and start evicting people, it means nothing. It means nothing. And we know that routine in terms of you get the eviction and then the rent doubles by $3,000 a month. Oh, but these people are all drug addicts. They did it to themselves and they just want to be out in the fucking street and have strangers walk by and record them every fucking week. Well, what's going to happen when you walk by and the guy's not there no more? Are you going to inquire as to what happened to him? Are you even willing to listen to the fucking truth as to what happened to him? Probably not. Probably not, because that's too serious. Anyway, what I want to do here is, I don't trust this dude. For all I know, it could be a dirty fucking cop. Seriously, it could be a dirty fucking cop just feeding into the same old okie dokie, trying to turn the public against these people, right? Making them look like they're the scourge of society when it's the fucking dirty cops that are the fucking scourge of society. Is this dude strong enough, willing enough to stand up and fight for the people, or is he covering up for the fucking cops? That's what I want to know. Because, sure, I posted, but is he going to leave my post up? Is he going to think about what I have to say? And is he going to even attempt to fucking interview these people to get to the bottom of what's going on in terms of in the real world? In the underground economy, when it relates to snuff movies and, illegal organ harvesting and fucking human trafficking and sex dungeons and God knows what. Okay. So what's the date today? It's May 6th, right? So this dude doesn't got very much to say other than he thinks that the province of British Columbia, Canada, is enabling these individuals to remain addicts by decriminalizing dope, right? In terms of anybody can walk around in this province with 2.5 grams of their dope of choice and not be arrested. As if that's some great big freaking news flash, because it's nothing. Because before the government did that, people were doing that all along anyway. Fuck. Cops were wrestling with Sierra in the back alley. I caught him. Wrestling, pulling on her, whatever. I came out. I said, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, he got dope. And he ran off with the dope in his hand, went to the car, came back and said, oh, it was fentanyl, and then fucked off with it. He never arrested her, and there was no fucking law to say that it was a crime. So whatever the government doing is just a smokescreen, people. But he's feeding into it because he's making it sound like the government is enabling these people to do drugs by decriminalizing it, which is a bunch of crock. Because even if it was a crime where, it results in jail time, it wouldn't stop anything. It doesn't. The cops fucking take the dope and fucking run off with it themselves. I've seen it for myself with Sierra, man. Okay? You can't take out organs from bodies unless you have the facilities. The only facilities that are able and ready to do that are public hospitals. Okay. Let's just stay focused. I don't even want to drag this shit out. I'm gonna upload this onto my fucking channel as a, what is it called? A video response. Whether he watches it or not remains to be seen, because I don't got time to be listening to the old okie dokie, the jive, right? As just another means to cover up what's really going on in this economy, in this country, in this province. And before I read this, I paid my rent, and this is another reason to keep talking about this shit, people, because I paid my rent. I gave my landlady $100. Technically, under the BC BC NDP government, with their, whatever, the maximum amount that my landlord could legally raise it was $39 at 2%. So legally, I was not obligated to give her any more than $39, right? So I gave her 100, right? I said, that's, 50 from my son and 50 from me. Oh, okay, thank you. But, property tax is going higher and water is getting higher. Now, the thing about the water is, in British Columbia, Canada, tenants are not obligated to pay for the water bill because the water is in with the tax bill, okay? But for whatever reason, a few years back, my landlady insisted that she wanted a water meter because she felt that by getting a water meter, that her taxes would go down because the water being charged through the meter would be cheaper than if they were included into the tax bill. I said, well, you should just leave it with your taxes. Oh no. Oh no, it will be cheaper. Well, 3-4 years later, however long that thing's been sitting out there for, now she's using it against me. And she's using that as a means to gaslight me, guilt trip me, make me feel like whatever, right? By saying, well, my water bill is going up. Well, you knew the water bill would go up as soon as you put in a fucking meter, right? If you left it with your taxes, it would be one big, not one big bill, but it would be all in with the bill, to which you don't know if it would have been cheaper to leave it with the tax bill or if you put it in with the water meter, right? The point is, she chose that for herself, and now she's using it against me because she's unhappy that I gave her $100 extra in rent, even though by law I was only obligated to give her $39. But she knows that if she kicks me out, she can get $4,500 to $5,000 for this, $4,500 to $5,000 for this house, versus getting the $1,950 that I was paying, to which I now pay $2,050. Right? And then she tells me that she lets me stay because I'm going blind, basically, at this point. But then she tells me that I need to sell everything. I looked at her. I said, why are you wishing me into an early grave? I said, please don't push me into an early grave. I'm talking to an 83-year-old woman, people, sitting on my fucking steps as I'm paying rent, and she's telling me to get rid of everything, to sell everything. Where does she expect me to go after I fucking sell everything? Just so that her family can sit up in these fucking monster houses and treat their next tenants like the way they've been treating me all these years. And that's from one monster house to another monster house to another monster house to another monster house. In other words, from landlord to landlord to landlord to landlord. And this is an issue in every fucking province in Canada, as well as in every state right across the United States of America. Not to mention what's going on in the UK with this immigration, migration, fucking repopulation shit. Replacement population. What you're looking at here is a replacement population being replaced by fucking immigrants that exploit the poorest of the poor, the most vulnerable, and they expect us to give everything away so we can end up out here in the fucking streets so these fine fucking cops can come out and harass us. when they're not stalking us and luring us to our deaths. I like to see this fucking dude talk about this shit. But no, he wants to smooth it over. Oh, the government's making it so that they can go off and do drugs anytime they want and start selling it. Motherfucker, they've been selling fucking drugs forever. No, talk about something that's fucking of substance. What, some guys, legalized, I can sell 2.5 grams legally, so I'm going to just go out into East Hastings area and start up my little business as if there's not a fucking hundred of them out there fucking having their little businesses. For years! Long before that freaking legislation came in. Like, it's bullshit. And YouTube is fucking propping it up, getting it more and more fucking subscribers. That's like me talking about Uncle John and all that shit to do with COVID and crap, and what happens? Fucking BC government, British Columbia Canadian government here, the NDP, they contact fucking YouTube right before court and take down 6 of my fucking videos. 6 of them specifically. They targeted my fucking videos. As they play mindfuckery in fucking court. As they feed the fucking public a bunch of old okie fucking dokie. As these people, one by one, are either fucking being snuffed out, whether they're being directly hot capped, or their fucking dope is laced. And they're not lacing it just with fucking fentanyl. They're now putting in other shit. Some of them go fucking missing. Talk to these people. Interview them. Find out how many are just up and fucking missing. Just don't show back up. Oh, but they're throwaway, right? Like me with my landlady. Just get rid of all your fucking shit. Your life will be better. You'll have a better fucking life with nothing. Even though you got fucking a disabled child in your care, you've got another child in your care, you got fucking kids that fucking still depend on you, even though you can't leave them a house, because I chose not to go out and fucking rape and pillage my fucking community so I can have a big fucking house so I can run around town bragging about how rich I am. Like, seriously, it's bullshit. Why does he talk about that? Why is there no affordable housing? Well, I'd like to know. Well, we know, because all the immigrants are taking it over. That's why. And they have to get rid of the ones that lived in there before. That's why my landlady keeps telling me to get rid of my shit, even after all this fucking time. Sell it all, she said. Sell it all. I said, holy crumb, why are you trying to force me into an early grave? I said, please, don't do that, please. I'm begging for my fucking life against an 84-year-old woman so that she can give to her grandson, but not my grandkids. Like, what the fuck? Oh, I know. My grandkids belong out there, so my government can fucking rag on them and say they're the fucking problem. Yeah, okay. Well, last time I fucking checked, it was that fucking Punjabi at the Surrey Memorial Hospital was standing over my fucking dead daughter's body after he fucking pillaged it and sold off her fucking eggs and her heart and her brain and any other fucking organ he ripped out of her fucking body just so that he could run around fucking town acting like he fucking owns fucking Canada. Yeah, okay. There you go. There you go with your little charade. This fucking video is a fucking charade. I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna end this video. Why not stand in one spot instead of walking around the same fucking neighborhood week after week after week, recording the same people but not connecting with them? Okay? So why not stand in one spot and let the people come to you? Let them speak about the lack of affordable housing, how dope is being laced with more than fentanyl, how people are being hot-capped or are disappearing, how cops and paramedics are not all that they say they are, or how the healthcare system as whole treats them. So many things they could say, but their voices are being silenced because government and organized religion like to feed the public that these people did everything to themselves. That's why, right, I did this all shit to myself. My landlady wants me to get rid of everything. She wants me to sell everything because she thinks she's going to make it easy for me. No, all she's doing is making it easy for the next fucking Punjabi to come in here and throw my shit out because there won't be nothing to fucking throw out except my fucking body. And my body will be out on the street so they can go back and sit in front around their fucking tables 12 at a time and talk bad about how I'm so fucked up and how I made a lousy time of my life and that I deserve everything that I got. And therefore, when I fucking die, I either did it to myself because I was depressed or it was just an accident so they could repeat the fucking process so they can go down the road and tear down more fucking houses and build more for themselves. That's how it's working. And this guy, I doubt he didn't even go anywhere near that subject with a 10-foot fucking pole. Organized religion. How does an 84-year-old woman come to her fucking tenant that's been living in her house for 13 fucking years and tell that tenant, as that tenant's going blind after working 11 years in their fucking yard to try and make it nice for them and have disabled children in their hands, and then 84 saying, get out, you make it easy on yourself, get rid of everything, sell everything, Yeah, okay. I'm gonna sell everything so that you could put the fucking stake in my heart. Yeah, I'll just make sure I leave the fucking stake behind with a fucking mallet. How about that? Or you'll be 85 years old, fucking putting a stake in my fucking heart with a fucking mallet. And then you can go back to your family and say you did the right fucking thing. How about that? So many things they could say, but their voices are being silenced because government and organized religion like to feed the public that these people did everything to themselves. That's why when they do die, everyone is quick to jump on the bandwagon that the individual either committed suicide because they were depressed or their death was an accident. What do you think props up the underground economy? Fucking dandelions and roses? Huh? Bluebells and crocoshells? Is that what props up the underground economy? Huh? Where criminals make millions of dollars off of body parts as taxpayers pay for these criminals to even be in positions of authority to harvest organs illegally through our public hospitals. Get rid of everything. Sell off all your stuff so you can end up out there so that when I'm 86 years old, I can sit and give whatever it was I took from you to my grandson so that he can repeat the fucking process.
My friend CJ, Dirty Dollar by Tom McDonald. I think it'll help bridge in nicely to the clip I want to play from Jerome Powell and our conversation about the future of the dollar.
1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. Buying sold since we were born. They want money. Dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profits solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money. They might kill me for the song, it's all classified intelligence. Don't need to go to war to secretly be getting benefits. When Russia launches rockets, we condemn them, but there's evidence. A U.S. politician owns the screws they're assembled with. Ain't no war on drugs, it's economic. You make money off an inmate, every jail cell is profit. Our prisons are privately owned, illegal marijuana just mean kids smoking weed turn the dollars in their pockets, let's be honest. Domestic threats in comparison to nuclear powers who hate the West is embarrassing. Still we label truckers in the convoy as terrorists and confiscate donations, we have no idea where it is.
You know, I gotta